Hello, I am Count Pogula, and welcome back to another episode of the Dark Souls tutorial run series. Or maybe this is your first episode, so if that's the case, then, it's not welcome back, but it's, well, just welcome in general. But yeah, in this episode, we will be going through the last part of the Undead Burg. We will be getting a rather strong weapon for... I'd recommend getting it at the start of your first playthrough, whenever you're able to. And we will be fighting the boss in this area. I'm not going to say what it is, because I don't want to spoil anything. But the first thing we'll be doing is we're going to be going for the weapon, which we'll be showing off in a little bit. I think first, though, I do use some souls and that to level up, because we beat the Taurus demon in the last video, so... yeah, I went and leveled up a few bits. If I remember correctly, I think I did 2 in Vitality, 2 in Endurance, and 2 in Strength, which I wish I put 2 more in Strength, because then it would have let me one-hand the weapon that we'll be getting in a little bit later. Yeah, so that's what I put my stats into, because, it's always nice to have a bit of health. We're going to start needing more of that the further we go on. As well as that, the Endurance... like I've mentioned before, it gets up your equipment load and it gets up your stamina, so, if you're going with a strength build, you're absolutely going to want to have a lot of endurance, as it's going to let you wear, like, heavy armor, carry your weapon without fat rolling, yeah, that kind of stuff. There's also a ring that you get, some rings and stuff you can get, which can help with, health and equipment load and stuff, which we actually get a little bit in this video. I think you'll see it like right near the end, because we get it off this guy, which is supposed to be like a whole quest line, fit a storyline thing for him. I don't like doing it because it just makes everything more of a pain in the ass than it needs to be, so I just like killing him the second I get the cheese method for him, or the choice to cheese him. So I think, yeah, now we're heading back to the shop guy, because I think... was it yeah, I know, it would have been the second episode we met the shop guy. I still don't know his name, so he's just being referred to as the shop guy. So we're going to go see him, buy a few bits off of him, because there's 1 or 2 items that we're going to need. We're going to need, well, I say 1 or 2. We're going to need a bow. It doesn't matter what bow you use, but I think the only one we have access to at this moment in time is a short bow. You could also use a crossbow, because we did find one in the second episode, but I wouldn't recommend using that as it's shoots slower. And I don't know if the bolts are more expensive than the arrows or not. It depends on which ones you get, obviously, because when you go to this guy, he's selling 2 different types of arrows, and I think 2 different bolts as well. One's 10 souls each, and the other's 30 souls. I don't know what it is for the crossbow bolts. Yeah, we'll come back down to see this guy. Fun little fact about this guy, actually, because you can see him, it looks like he's stroking a cat. I think, from what I heard, they actually forgot to model the animal that's supposed to be in that basket, or whatever it is next to him. It was either that, or they, just didn't get around to doing it in time. They forgot about it, and it was just like, well, just leave it. It's not hurting anyone. But yeah. I had to come back to him again a bit later on. I had to grind out some souls to actually get some arrows. Oh yeah, so if you want to grind out some souls, the best way to do it is coming up to this bridge. You get the dragon's attention, it'll kill the enemies on the bridge, and you'll get like 500 souls each time. Go back to the bonfire, rinse and repeat until you've got a couple thousand souls. But yeah, this is what you need to do. You come to this bridge right here where the dragon is. You've got to aim for its tail. You've got to keep hitting the tail. I actually fast forward it here because it takes quite a while. If you can hit your shots, then it won't take as long. I actually timed it right, and I actually started hitting its tail twice before it went back to its position, which definitely helped speed up the process a bit. But yeah, I bought way too many hours than what I actually needed for this. But you'll see, you just have to keep aiming for the tail, keep doing damage to it, and you'll see in just a second There it is, the tail comes off and you get the Drake sword. I think this weapon does 200 damage unupgraded. It has 2 different attacks, which is its light attack, and the special attack, which is its R2, which will actually shoot like a big gust of wind or whatever. And yeah, it's like a ranged attack, but it does take the durability down quite quickly if you use it, so I don't really like using it. I just prefer it for the, regular sword. The other thing about this weapon as well is because it's a dragon weapon, you actually need certain type of... I think it's dragon scales you need. I could be wrong. But yeah, you need dragon scales or something like that to upgrade the weapon, and it's like 10,000 each time, I think. These rats, I just like to run past them if I can, because I'm not really able to use my shield because I'm two-handing the sword. And if they hit you enough times, they'll poison you. And at this point in the game, you don't have any purple moss or anything to actually cure your poison. Maybe if you're like a... actually, I don't know if clerics would have the choice to get the miracle or have the miracle that cures, like... Is that in this game, actually? I don't know. I've never really tried playing it like a magic or cleric build or anything. Or magic or miracle build in this game. I almost died a few times here. It's doing quite a bit of damage. These guys with the bows or the crossbows are bloody relentless on me, so I just had to run in there and deal with them as quickly as I could. You can see this sneaky little bugger coming up with the spear as well. Luckily, I like the ones with the spears. They're not that bad. Once you kick their shields from out in front of them, gives you a few seconds to get a few hits in on them. And with this sword, you can just one-shot them anyway. But to do a kick, I probably should have explained this like earlier on, is if you move forward and press the attack button at the same time with a light attack, then you can do a kick which will break an enemy's guard. This spore, I like, it's easy to get out. This is the only one that has it as far as I'm aware, that little bit at the back where you can actually get the backstab off. And with this weapon, it just one-shots them. And you get a very cool helmet. I really like this helmet. It's probably like one of my favourite in the game. It's got a cool design. Only problem is it's heavy and it makes me fat roll, so I can't wear it. I might wear it later on once I get more endurance and stuff. Do you know, I don't know if I've ever actually like used that helmet after getting it. To be fair, which I don't know why, because it's a nice helmet. I like it. We've got to deal with these silly buggers coming through here. There's a few of these pink guys we've got to deal with getting through this area. I got a bit confused, actually. Even though I knew where I was supposed to be going, for a second I thought I'd gone the wrong way or something. I'd taken a wrong turn. Because I went to the point where you're supposed to be, and because I didn't walk more or forward enough, I didn't see the obvious like archway or doorway where I was supposed to go. So yeah, I was a bit of an idiot for doing that. But yeah. What's the item down here? The mystery key. I think the mystery key is what we actually use in a bit. There's I think it's like a prison cell or something. I don't know why there was a prison cell in this tower or whatever. Maybe it's not a prison cell. Maybe it's supposed to be like a storage room or something. But, you know, because of everything that's happened, it's more like a prison now than anything else. Or a jail cell. I don't know. It's probably stupid to ask if there's lore about a room in this game. Maybe in some of them it makes sense, but to that just very minor room, I don't think there'd be a point to it. But yeah, this is the point where I got confused. The doorway was literally right there. Actually, well, I can't even say that I didn't walk forward enough. I literally went to the other side of the room and somehow didn't see it. I also get this item up here. I can't remember if this is anything good or not. It is a large soul. Souls are good. Obviously, the further you get into the game, the better souls you're going to get. For now, that soul's pretty good for me. Yeah, so I'll end up using that to get more levels, probably. Yeah, somehow I missed this. Despite the fact there's a bloody fog wall right there. There is a bit right to the right that we could have gone to get. I think there's a shield down there, but you have to fight an enemy. And because I've only got one Estus left, I didn't really want to risk it. So once again, making quick work of the shield enemy. This bit I find a bit annoying because I think there's an enemy at each side. One of them moves slower than the other, though, because I think one of one's a spear enemy. So, yeah, I was able to drag them out pretty quickly. I'm lucky. I think I actually got pretty lucky. I managed to get 2 of them at the same time. It was either that or, you know, because of how slow the shield one was, and that other guy, don't think he properly noticed. I dealt with this one first, and then went with, oh, this was annoying. Even though I wasn't even trying to attack, I was trying to do the kick, but it seemed, I don't know if it's an actual thing where it's like, if you can't use your sword properly, then it won't let you do a kick if you don't have the right stats for it one-handed. So that was a bit annoying. Yeah. Dealt with these guys. I think there's enemies up ahead that I just sprint past, because I've only got 1 Estus left. I don't want to risk dying once I've got this far. And there's a bonfire just up ahead, so I'd rather just run past them, you know, avoid dying, and get to the next bonfire. That way I can get some Estus back, and I can go see the new NPC that we're about to meet, which he is a useful one. You'll actually need him, because he sells an item that you'll need for later on in the game to actually fight one of the main bosses. Well, actually, no, you don't need that, but I think it just makes it easier to get to that area instead of going. I think there's 2 ways you can get there, and one of the ways is so you have to go a longer way around, and one of the other ways there's a bonfire right near it. So I'd rather just take the way with a bonfire right near it. Though I could be wrong, and it could only be the one way. Also, if you hear me clear my throat at any point, I do apologise for that. Yeah, this is Andre. He is one of 3 blacksmiths. There might be more blacksmiths, but I think there's only 3 blacksmiths in this game. He's one of 3 blacksmiths. Oh, actually, I don't know. There is a magic guy somewhere, which think you can make your weapons magic. I could be wrong. So I don't know if I'd class him as a blacksmith, but yeah. Andre, obviously, you don't have the, it's not the repair, but I think it's like a, blacksmith box, or something like that. I can't remember what it's called exactly, but I think you get 2 boxes from him. There's 1 or 2. Yeah, it basically lets you upgrade your weapons from your bonfire, but yeah, you can go to him, buy some Titanite shards, a few other bits and bobs. The Crest of Artorias, which we'll probably get into, well, we will get into in another episode, a much later episode. And, yeah, obviously it'll upgrade your weapons and armour for you. But now we come back. Also there was like 2 other, well, I think there's a bit down by Andre, which leads to a Titanite demon, and it also leads to another area. I could have tried to fight it, but with how, with everything I've got at the moment, I don't exactly want to risk dying, even though I would spawn nearby. And it would have just made the video longer anyway, so it'll be something we show off in a later video. This is where we go get another shortcut. This actually leads to the Firelink Shrine one, which I highly recommend doing this, because if you're going to go from the Andre bonfire, you've only got 5 Estus, you've got to fight those 3 enemies out front, but with this, you can just run straight up to the elevator and into the building. That Tower Knight that we just ran past, we are going to go back and fight him in a second, because he only spawns once, so once you've killed him, he's gone for good. The only other problem, though, there is another enemy up there, because there's a load of those pink guys again, which, you know, you're like, oh, well, they've only got broken sword, that's not bad. But, no, they're actually quite tough because of this other enemy, which can use an ability that will buff the attack damage of the others, and there's a lot of them. So if you're not careful, you're going to get absolutely mauled by these little pink undead things. I don't actually know what their names are. I'm assuming they are just like undead. Or there's hollowed. Like a term that they started using in Dark Souls 2. I don't remember. So, yeah. Like, getting pretty close to the boss now. This is like the building that you find them in. So, Oh, they also get another very useful item from this, which I think I actually run back and use it as soon as I get it. So yeah, fight this guy. I'm actually surprised I got out of the way of that roll on time, to be fair. Got out of the way of that attack on time, sorry. So yeah, we get this Firekeeper Soul. We also get a Titanite Shard. So if you're using regular weapons, Titanite Shard, good. You know, you've just got one for free. Might as well go and upgrade your weapon. I'd recommend doing it if you're not using this weapon. You're going to want a more stronger weapon once you get onto fighting the boss here. But yeah, so that Firekeeper Soul, if you give it to any Firekeeper, I think there's a total of 4 Firekeepers in this game, or was it 3? I can't remember. But yeah, there's one down here. This woman that we're going to go see. She's the Firekeeper of this area. So we go give it to her, and it actually makes our Estus stronger. In the terms of like when we use it, won't give us a higher number on how many we have. It'll turn our Estus Flask into an Estus Flask +1, which basically means that it's now going to give us more health. I think there's like a total of 5 of these in the game. I think some of them you can find out and about. Others you might need to kill for. I can't remember if you can actually just get all of them without killing certain people, but yeah, I'll have to be something I'll have to look into, I guess. But anyway, yeah, now that we've done with all that faffing about, we can actually get back to the main goal, which is fighting the last boss in the Undead Burg area. So we do that, and then we still have a lot more to go, but we'll be done with this top half. We'll be heading into a new area where I don't know how I'm going to do the next video, actually. Because it's either going to be 2 bosses, or it's going to be 1 and then getting into the next area a bit, and then starting off from there. So I don't know, it's going to be a weird one to figure out. But yeah, you've got to deal with that guy on the stairs, and this guy you'll see just to the left here doing that dance. He's the one that actually buffs them. I think... Do I die here? No, actually no. No, I don't die here. I actually managed to do it first try, surprisingly. Which I thought I was going to die with. Like, the amount of health that I was left with, I was like, there's no way I'm getting through this. See, that it's like... I'd say it's about double their usual damage. But that's the thing. If you get hit, like, 2 or 3 times, that's it. And look at the number of them. And how many of them are buffed by that enemy. It's annoying that it doesn't wear off either after you've killed him. So yeah, it's... You gotta be pretty careful around these guys. Don't let your guard down. If you do, then you're probably going to end up dead, and you're going to have to go through all that again. I actually did this section on a randomizer. I can't remember if the guy that buffed them was still there, but... Yeah, there was like so many different enemies, and it was just I had to... Actually, I don't even know if I ever finished this area. I think I ended up having to like glitch the game to actually get into the next area, because like both of the things I needed to do were like just ridiculous. But before we go to the boss, I do actually take the time to look around here a bit more. I think there's like 1 or 2 items maybe that I get from here. I don't know if there's actually anything useful, but we'll find out. I'll break that down, and this is where we find another NPC. This guy, massive prick. Do not trust him. You let him out his cell, because you don't want to try fighting him in here. This is the one that I was on about cheesing, so you'll actually see right near the end of the video how we deal with him. And it's a very easy thing, so long as you don't mess up too many times, you can deal with him very easy, and then you just have to restart your game, get his gear to spawn from what he dropped. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, we have a little chinwag with him. I don't know what, like, that's the thing, he's just been sat in there for ages. You let him out, and he just doesn't really like move. It's like you just open the cell for him and he's just going to sit there. Like it's not like he's going to be too tired from sitting there doing nothing. Oh, it's humanity. Okay, that is a useful item. I think it was the last video actually where I got a humanity back, and then it was either this video or last video. I got a humanity, and then like 5 minutes after using it, I ended up dying and losing it. Not that I really need humanities anyway, not unless I want to use a summon sign or get invaded. I'll probably use one in the next thing because, yeah, I think we do get invaded at some point by NPC invaders. So, you know, it's worth killing them, getting some souls from them. But yeah, this is the next boss fight. If you've talked to Solaire and you've obviously if you're restored your humanity, there will actually be a Solaire's summon sign right near this boss fight, so you can summon him in. It'll make it a little bit easier for you. Which, honestly, if it's your first time playing, I'd recommend summoning someone in if you're having trouble with it. There are people out there that will like give you shit because it's like, oh, you summon someone in, you're not good at the game, get good, and it's like, don't listen to them, man. It's like if you play it at your own pace. Like when I played through Dark Souls 2, I think I summoned in a lot of people. I struggled a lot. It was my first Souls game. You know, don't be ashamed to summon people in. Also, I really like this fight here. Well, this fight, this cutscene. It's pretty cool. I've seen the gargoyles come to life. You can actually get a weapon from this first one if you cut off its tail. Its tail is actually a weapon. I think we do actually get it, actually. Did we swing it? Oh no, is it next one? There we go, yeah. Cut its tail straight off. I think if you're using a weaker weapon, obviously it will take more swings because this is doing like 200 damage per swing. Now I'm looking at it. Actually, no, I'm not fat rolling, but it is pretty slow. I think I'm actually kind of lucky enough to get this one killed before I had to deal with the second one. Because it can be annoying when they're both like trying to breathe fire at you. So yeah, that's the thing with that. It's like if there's only one left and they do the fire breathing one, it's a pretty good opportunity to try and get close to them. I don't know how I got out of that one. Like I felt like that one should have hit me, but I'm not complaining. So yeah, that's why I grabbed the sword, because it makes this boss fight so much easier. And I think actually after this fight, I do level up and make it so I can one-hand this sword. So that's pretty good. Oh, there's also another NPC we're going to meet in a minute. Oh, I've just realised something. I tried recording this the other day and I just couldn't get my words out right. Like, I just felt like it wasn't good enough. I realised I never took the time to explain what we're doing. So the main objective is we've got these 2 bells to ring. This is the first one that we've got to. We're going to ring this. We need to ring 2 of them to get to the next area that we need to go to. So yeah, these gargoyles, they were the, they were protecting this bell. So we've dealt with them, and now we've got one other place to go to. There's a lot more to what we've got to do in this game. I should have said this before, probably in the second, definitely in the second episode, but there's a guy that sat near the bonfire. If you talk to him, he'll actually tell you about what you're supposed to be doing. He explained these 2 bells of awakening, you've got to ring them both and, get to the next area pretty much. There he is, this guy just comes out of nowhere. I don't know where he was hiding. You don't even hear him walk. I mean, you wouldn't have heard him walk up anyway. He was at the top of a tower. But there's just no sign of him in the boss fight. He was here the entire time. He could have helped out. But no, he just stayed hidden until after you've rang this bell. And then he's like, oh yeah, I'm just going to show up unannounced. Only good thing about him, though, I mean, he sells homeward bones. They're pretty good. But the one good thing about him that he gives you, one of the best emotes in the game, or taunts, whatever you want to call it. Is it gestures? I think they're called gestures in this game. What is it? Fucking, that is an iconic gesture. right there. So actually, I think yeah, I actually set it as one of my things. Which is weird, because I don't actually think I've ever really used, like, gestures in this game. So, I'll probably put it on, and I'm probably never even going to use it. Just wasting my time doing this, but yeah, I get to show it off here. That's why a lot of people like it, because it's just kind of like a big meme in the community, and it's also it's just like a cocky thing to do. I feel like. It's like, come on then. But anyway, yeah. We defeated the gargoyles. We should have a boss soul from them. I'm not going to use that. So here's the thing with boss souls: you can either use them to get souls, or you can save them to make boss weapons. Boss weapons, I think you need to have like a certain type of weapon upgraded to a certain amount before you can make it into a boss weapon. Which I don't know why I've never tried making one. I don't know why, because I feel like it would be so easy to do. Well, it is easy to do, it's just, I don't know, it just never crosses my mind that they exist. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm just rambling on here anyway, but yeah. Now we're going back to Firelink Shrine, we're going to level up some more. And we'll be able to show you how we cheese that guy that we just found, because I think he should be down here now after that boss fight. Excuse me. So yeah. I can't remember what I actually leveled up this time. It's probably more of the same. It's probably more health, more strength, more endurance. Oh, actually, did I put... I might have put some into... Oh, wait, no, I don't think I did level up resistance. Because I remember correctly, I think resistance in this game is just useless. I think I actually went over that in one of my other videos, actually. Yeah, that guy that we just saw in, like, the silver armor, that's the guy you talk to that tells you about what you need to be doing. But yeah, this guy right here, just kick him off the ledge. Get rid of him. That's how you cheese him. It's so easy, you know. 1,000 souls for free. And then you, yeah, I'll show you in a second. But yeah, actually back out here. And then, yeah, once we get back in, you'll see that he's dropped 2 of his items. You go and grab them. And, you know, the ring you're definitely going to want to put on. Though the only problem is once you've put it on, it will break if you take it off again. So, honestly, I don't think you'll ever have a reason that you'll need to take it off. Ring of Favour and Protection is such a useful item. It increases your health, it increases your stamina, and it increases your equipment load. What is not to love about that? It's like one of the most useful rings in the game. And you can get it so early on just by doing that. But anyway, that's all I've got to say in this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you've found it useful. If you've enjoyed it somewhat, then do feel free to leave a like and subscribe. And I hope you have a good rest of your day, rest of your night. Whatever time it is when you watch this, just have a good one.